Hi, welcome to this week's tech tip. I'm going to talk to you about Google Forms and how you can use it as a quiz, and then also how to provide feedback within the Google form itself. And so I'm going to model using a 7th grade activity. And so when you are in your Google Drive, you're going to want to click on the Google folder, the resource folder. Then, just whatever unit you're working in, this activity happens to be in Unit 2. Go to resources, and we're going to look at this rate, ratio, and percent problems Google form. So I basically took these task cards and converted them into these two different activities. So we have one here that's 7-4D, rate, ratio, and percents, and then the 7-4D task cards are right here. So when you are looking in the folder, this is where you'll need to save your own copy. So this is important for forms that you save your own copy, and that way you can modify it, make changes to it, but then the one that you share with your students will go to your Google Drive. And so when you're looking at the tile in the Google folder, right-click it and go to Make a Copy, and you'll make a copy. Now, this copy that you make, you can rename it, whatever you'd like to do, but this is the copy that you need to open and work from. So I'm going to move this bar for you out of the way. So you'll notice I have already put in here first name, last name, class period, but you might not teach all these class periods, so you can come up here and edit it, take whatever class periods off that you don't have. Um, you can change settings, whatever you want to do to personalize the activity for your students. And so that might be splitting it into 2 activities, going through and making some changes. I even have some teachers who actually embed some hint videos into the Google form itself. So that's a great thing that you could do for your online learners to help support them when they're working independently. And so once you have your copy made, you've made whatever kind of adjustments or tweaks to it, then to create the link that you're going to share with your students, come up here to the eyeball right here, and you're going to click on the eyeball. And notice how it looks a little different. You don't see the top edit bar or anything. This is what you're going to want to share with your students. So you right-click this link and copy. And then that's the link that I would post in a Canvas page or in an assignment or wherever that I wanted my kids to access it. So make sure that you are copying the eyeball link that's generated. And that way those responses will come directly to you and not to me, and you won't have kids trying to edit the actual form itself. But now while I have you inside the form, I would like to show you how you can add feedback to problems for students. So we're going to look at this question right here. It says the price of a dress was reduced from $60 to $45. By what percentage was the price of the dress reduced? So this is a percent change question. And so you'll notice that if I go up here, you can see that here's the question. Short answer text, the correct answer is 25%, so that's what I would want my kids to type in the answer box. And then notice that there's an answer key. So I'm going to click on the answer key, and notice here that it can mark all the other answers incorrect. If they don't put this answer, I can add other correct answers, so I could write it multiple ways, or if it was a fraction or a decimal and I wasn't specific, you could add other correct answers. But here is where I would like to add the answer feedback. And so here, what I'm going to type in is I might say, note that this is a percent change. Might help if I spell it right. Percent change problem. To set up the proportion, you need to have the difference as the numerator and the original, we'll just say price for this one, as the denominator Okay, and so I can make that little note, but let's just say that I really feel like they would benefit from watching another example, so that I can also say, watch the example video below. And then right here, I've already grabbed a video that I like, and so I have this video here on percent of increase and decrease. So I will copy that. And then I'm just gonna attach, well, let's go here, and I'm just gonna attach that link and hit select. And then I can hit save. So any of my students that get this answer incorrect would automatically get this little pop-up message when they looked at their answers, and then they would have a video and a little explanation. And so it's I think a very effective way to provide authentic feedback, address maybe a mistake or a misconception that a kid has while they're doing the activity itself. And you just hit save, like so, and then you'll notice in my editable copy, I can see that feedback for all the answers is right there, okay? And just hit done right there. And so I can do that. I can add it to ones I want to have feedback on. I don't have to add it to any of those. If it's something really important, a question that I really want kids to do, I can make that question required. I don't have to make all the other questions required. That's my choice. And so that's it for this week. Just a way to use Google Forms, how to assign them to our students, how to edit them, and how to provide authentic feedback within a Google form.